Hi guys, Coach Bon here, making my second video of the day. All right, so if you listen to my previous video, I talked about the possibility about uh, having a narcissistic personality, having a narcissism as a evolutionary adaptation. Okay, so I'm going to talk about something more practical, something you can do if you subscribe to that idea that I've talked about. Meaning you do believe that you your narcissism has a meaning, right? All right, if you're a narcissist, then probably 24/7 you'll be thinking about trying to numb the pain from your shame and guilt, apart from feeling of fear, right? So you're trying to thinking of ways. I mean, the reason why you need to how to what do you call this? Go through the suffering, right? So I'm here to try to give you some meaning to all that suffering you're going through, and give you some ideas how you can navigate life in a better manner and avoid extra pain on yourself and avoid heaping extra pain on yourself. Okay. All right. So uh, I assume that if there's a narcissist coming to my channel, you're already self-aware and you're looking for practical ways on how to fix yourself. You've gone through other channels. You heard these people telling you that you're a problem. Well, here I'm going to flip it up, right? Here I'm going to tell you you are the solution. If if you can control yourself, you are the solution if you can control yourself. Okay? You are not mentally ill unless you act in a mentally ill manner. Act in the way it's supposed to be, and people will idolize you. People will call you the savior. No matter what your internal locus is, no matter what emotionally you feel, it is how it is. That's how you've been created by God, okay? No one faults autistic people. No one says autistic people are devils or whatever. But somehow we are called that, right? And the reason for that is because if you act accordingly, properly, you have the ability to achieve a lot of things, right? I mean, you can say that the same to autistic people as well, right? Anyway, let's stop talking about them. Let's talk about us. Now, as you become self-aware, you do notice you need one thing. You need to find a partner. That is unavoidable, man. That is unavoidable. So, in this particular video, I'm going to tell you certain tips you can do, okay, to pick a partner. All right. Now, this all comes down to your mission, the fantasy you have in your brain. Okay. Okay. So maybe some people are coming out here and ask, okay, what narcissists have a mission? Yes, we do. The overriding mission of a narcissist is always to avoid shame and guilt. That is the overriding mission. Okay. So the next level above that is, where's this shame and guilt come from? And here's where the mission becomes important. Okay, the goal becomes a bit more clearer. All right. So usually you will look first on your family, right? The one who caused you the trauma in the first place, and then you will look about what exactly is causing this person to act the way he or she does. Most of the time, your parents, and that thing is what you're going to try to target most of the time. Okay, it could be poverty, it could be divorce, could be all kinds of stuff. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, a narcissist has that mission. He will try to negate that. Okay? So depending on how far you see things, how high your IQ level, you're gonna have different kind of dharmas as well. Okay, it depends on culture, religion, all that kind of stuff as well. Okay. All right. So anyway, you're gonna try to pick a partner first. Why? Because you cannot function. Unfortunately, that's how we work. We cannot function that fantasy, that dharma, without having someone to prop it up for us. Okay. Unfortunately, man. Unfortunately or fortunately, because if we don't have that control system, we're basically psychopaths, right? Trying to, avoid all the pain. And we'll start shooting things. So you want to try to look for a partner. How do you look for a partner? Okay, number one, guys. Number one. This is from my previous video when I said, unfortunately, in order for us to do what we do, we lose a sense of our moral conscience. Okay, we lose the ability to uh, see how what we do affect others. Unfortunately, we lose that ability. So always look for someone, number one, who has a strong moral conscience. Meaning here, this person understands that certain behaviors that we do will affect other people negatively. Okay, to be honest with you, you're gonna automatically look for it anyway, all right? You're totally gonna look for it automatically. So that's why people say narcissists look for empaths, this and that, whatever. So these are people with very high moral conscience. Why do they have that moral conscience? It's because when they do something to other people, they feel it themselves. And so they know what stuff that they do will hurt other people. Unfortunately for you narcissists, we don't have that. So we do the next best thing. We outsource it. Like I said, you automatically look for it anyway. Right? I'm just telling you why you're looking for these kind of people. You might notice you don't really want to look for people who don't have strong principles, who don't have strong conscience, who are basically, meandering along. You, like for example, you try to look for the person with the strongest character, depending on your, of course, depending on your level of ability, of course. So like HD Tudo, he keeps saying once you're a greater narcissist, you try to look for super empaths, okay? Stronger people with conscience, people with strong conscience. So the higher you go, you will tend to look for these kind of people because the better you are, the stronger you become, the more better you are at brainwashing, manipulating, all this kind of stuff. It's pretty dangerous to do it without a strong conscience. And so we automatically look for these kind of people. So look for people with strong principles and strong conscience, okay? And listen to what they say, okay? For God's sakes. So that's what I'm trying to go at. Listen to what they say. Now, here's the deal, the second deal, all right? Look for people who share the same mission as you, as close to the same mission as you. Okay, you don't need to be a narcissist to have the same mission, to be honest with you. The only difference is if you're a narcissist, that mission is in your mind 24/7. You're relentless in pursuing it. Why? Because you're always in pain unless you pursue it. Okay, also with the other narcissistic adaptations. Okay, so number one, look for that. All right, what's the second thing you need to do? Okay, again for narcissists, my brothers, my sisters, people have no idea what you mean by love. All right, they don't understand you, and you don't understand them. They are not you, and you are not them. So what you need to do, the second thing is you have to ask them what they mean by love. You got to ask them what they mean by love. Here's the deal. Most people, it's very easy for them to know what love is. It's instinctive. It's instinctive. It's kind of like us as well, instinctively doing what we do, trying to achieve the dharma. It's instinctive. And then we assume everyone thinks like us. Of course, they don't think like us, right? And then on the flip side, these people with strong moral conscience with more or less uh, good empathy. Okay, they don't know what they assume you know what they mean by love, and once you don't show it, they're gonna say you don't have love. Okay, here's the deal, guys. Ask them what they mean by love is. Everyone's going to have a definition of love. And okay, you might not feel emotionally, but you can at least achieve the result. Like for me, for example, my wife's definition of love would be loyalty. And that's what I give her, loyalty. What kind of loyalty? You got to ask that as well. I don't want you to be with any other women. Don't get married with other women. Right? For example. And then you have to evaluate whether that's something you can do. You got to evaluate that. If you feel you can't give her that definition of love that she gave you, move on. I'm telling you, man. Long term, it'll be way better for you. Okay, you're trying to avoid shame and guilt, right? This is not the way. Okay, probably we'll get it for a few months, the first few months, and then you're gonna feel like shit again. So you might as well stop it early on, or at least tell her, you know what, I can't give this love to you. You still want to be in a relationship with me? Okay, if she says yes, okay, go ahead. All right. Now, what's the third thing you got to do? The third thing you got to do is you got to ask her if she's into the thing that you're offering. Okay? What are you offering to her? Now, this requires a deep sense of thinking, but basically, this is what you want. You want to tell her. Okay? I want you to make me stronger. I want you to help me achieve my mission, my dharma. Yeah, it sounds corny, man, but that's what you want a partner for anyway. So you might as well tell her. That's what I'm looking for in you. I'm looking for someone who is able to give me the strength for me to achieve my dreams. That is love for you, my man. That is love for a narcissist. So say that. Of course, they're going to ask, okay, what's your dream? Tell them what your dream is. They're allowed to reject it, of course. If they do so, find a different one. Save your time, save your money, feel better that way. All right. I'm missing something here, but I probably just write it down in the chat, okay? So you can ask me in more detail in the comments. Now, this is the fourth thing that I suggest you guys do. It's optional, of course, but this is what I suggest you do. Tell them that you're a narcissist. Tell them that. Okay? Tell them you have NPD. See, here's the great thing about the world, man. Nowadays, if you have a mental illness, you're pretty sexy. You don't have to hide it like back in the day. Back in the day, you probably get, ostracized, put in a mental asylum, electrocuted, or whatever. So what you'd want to do is the fourth one. Okay, this one is a hard one, so all depends on you guys. Okay, because I understand some of you guys are probably not ready yet to do this, but I highly suggest you do. Is you tell the other person that you have NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. Just tell them that. Okay, so those are the four tips that I can give to any narcissistic brothers and sisters who are looking for a partner, a primary partner. All right, keep those things in your mind at all times. Remember, it's all about the mission. It's all about the dharma. All right, don't get bogged down in details. Be honest with with the person you're going to be partnering with, and be honest with yourself. Because remember, guys, once we achieve symbiosis, right? Once we are with the primary partner, whatever you do to the primary partner is going to hurt you anyway. So all the abuse that you give to them, okay, I'm just preaching to the choir here, right? Whatever abuse you give to them, you're going to get yourself. And eventually, if you do it wrong, you'll get hurt. Because at the end of the day, control is not on you, control is on them. So pick your partners carefully. Right? Hope that helps. Okay? See you in the next stream.